subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Yo, I'm in the building. What's going on? I'm in the building. Let me give you a round of applause. Round of applause for you guys. What's up? I'm in here. How you guys doing? I am Tariq, and I am here with you, and we're ready to chop it up. I know I'm kind of early because I'm on a different time zone right now, but I'm here. I usually do the broadcast much later. I don't know what time it is. I'm in DC right now, so I don't even know what time it is back in LA. But I am early, and a lot of the people who can't catch me on the late night tap in are able to catch me now. And we're going to chop it up as we always do. And y'all give me a retweet. Let everybody know that we're live right now. Before we get started, let me shout out to some of the regulars. I see Brother Marcel in the building, Brother Arthur in the building, Robbie Blue in the building, Brother Maroc, Sir Mike, Lawazi, Sexy D, Highland, Ty Powell, so many of the regulars up in here. Much respect to you guys. And I haven't, when did I can't remember when I did a broadcast last live because I've been traveling. Um, I was in New York Monday, in Chicago Tuesday, Cincinnati earlier today. And now I'm in DC, and I'll be in Atlanta later this week. So we're filming the new movie. Man, it's coming across beautifully. Oh man, shout out to Sister Shahrazad Ali, Brother Kaba, James Small. Um, we got some heavyweights in this one, man. We're working on HC6. We got the heavyweights, and people are dropping hot fire, man. This is going to be a masterpiece. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a complete masterpiece. But shout out to New York, Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. What's going on in Chicago, dude? There's a lot of Mexicans in Chicago, or Hispanics, dude. Where are my Chicago people? I didn't know there was that many Mexicans in Chicago. We were over, where the hell were we? What was that area? I can't think of. It was Stone something, but it was nothing but Mexicans over there. And I'm like, damn, there's a lot of Mexicans out here. I'm not saying good or bad, right or wrong, but there's a lot of Mexicans out there. What's going on out there in Chicago? There's a gang of them. I mean, they had the music. I'm talking about Mexican, man. They had the music and the trucks out there. I bought me 2 empanadas. Yeah, I was looking for Harold's Chicken, and Harold's was closed that day, and I had to get me some burritos and some damn rice. I'm like, damn, what's going on in Chicago? I didn't know y'all had slot machines in Chicago. I didn't know gambling was popping in Chicago. Where are my Chicago people? I need to talk to my Chicago people. How long have they had gambling out there? Because there were slot machines all over the place. I didn't know that. Where are my Chicago people? Have they always had gambling and slot machines in Chicago? Because I went to the gas stations and they had slot machines everywhere. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. Oh, let me get Mike. Mike, you from Chicago, brother? Let me get Mike in real quick. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, what up, Reek? Man, what's going on with you?
You from Chicago, brother?
Oh no, I used to live out there though, but no, you are definitely right, man. They because right now I'm in Arizona, but I was living out there, and man, they're everywhere now, man. They in the South, North Carolina, gripping Arizona, of course California, but damn, man, it's like they divide and multiply.
But I didn't know it was a bunch of Hispanics out there in Chicago, for real, for real. Let's get Brandon in here real quick. With my Chicago people. Brandon, what's up, Brandon? Hop in, Brandon. Brandon, where you at?
What's going on, Reek?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Man, that's some news. That's some new stuff that's going on right there. Because we trying to get that post office down there on Division, West Loop area, trying to turn that into a casino. Bally's is trying to do it, Yeah, so
So,
that's some
so
new
the
things.
kids. Oh, so it is new. Okay.
Yeah, that's some
So,
new things with the slot machines and everything down there. Yeah, that's
okay.
something new.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew something was up because I don't remember last time because it's been a while since I've been to Chicago. But yeah, I didn't remember seeing them slot machines and stuff. So, okay, yeah, that's interesting. Let's get Draco in here. Um, Draco, hop in, brother. Brother Draco, hop in. I'm good, man. How you doing, fam?
I'm cool, man. I can't complain. Yeah, so Chicago passed the ordinance in I think it was like 2010 or 2011, and it expanded the casinos out here in Joliet and other places. And what it also did was it put slot machines at O'Hare and Midway Airport. So that was the start of it. But they
Oh,
just been yeah, my bad. They just been popping up like crazy all over the city, man. And yeah, they in every gas station now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, damn, it's like Vegas with all them slot machines up in the gas stations and convenience stores and stuff. So yeah, okay, that was interesting.
And
My man, go ahead.
one more thing. They as far as the Hispanics go, they're actually getting pushed west towards the outskirts of the city
That's
because of
where I was. Yeah,
gentrification.
yeah. Okay, that's where I was. Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
one of my female friends, she stays like far west, northwest, and ICE was on her block heavy, like all day. I was trying to get her to get the footage. So, if I get the footage, I'll post it on my page. But
No,
yeah, I land my plane.
my man, I appreciate you. But let me see. There's so much we got to catch up on, family. A lot of stuff we got to talk about. Have y'all been seeing the stuff going on out there in LA with the RICO, with the rolling 60s? Oh man. Yeah, that has LA. That's the hot topic in LA right now. That's a crazy story. They were looking for Big U. They done arrested a bunch of the 60s. Um, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, Big U just turned himself in. He did a video before he turned himself in. And boy, it's crazy. It is crazy work, man. And it's unfortunate, that's unfortunate. Just the whole thing. I'm not, you know, not trying to get into the politics of the streets or whatever. But my thing is this, my thing, because in the paperwork, and there's murder charges, it's all types of charges in there. One thing I noticed in the paperwork, they got the word CW. That's confidential witness. I kept seeing the initials CW. That's a confidential witness. Um, and let me say this, because I'm going to look at this from a different perspective. Um, you got to be careful out here. If you're in any kind of street business, which you shouldn't be, you should try to be as legit as possible. I'm not the moral police. Some people got to do what they got to do, but you gotta, if you in the streets, the first thing you need to do once you get on a roll with your bread, you got to start cycling out the game. Because the thing is, man, in street business, in any forms of street business, if you in it too long, there's going to be a murder. That's the thing. You cannot be in the street game, in street business forever. You can't be in it indefinitely because it's almost inevitable that there's going to be a murder somewhere. You're going to catch a body, somebody's going to catch your body. There's going to be some type of murder charge somewhere because when you do street business, rules and understandings have to be enforced somehow. And you can't go to the authorities, you can't go to the courts to enforce certain understandings. You're gonna have to end up clapping some damn body, unfortunately. That's why you get the hell up out the game. That's what catches a lot of dudes up. What catches them up, if you out there slinging dope or whatever, it ain't the dope. It's you didn't have to murk somebody who probably tried to steal your dope, who tried to shortchange you some money or tried to rob you, whatever. You gotta, make an example. Because if you don't, people are gonna start coming at you. If you look at a lot of people who get caught up in jail. Harry O, when he went to jail, he was a drug kingpin, but he went to jail for, I think, was a murder or an attempted murder, something like that. But I think it was for a murder. Like Suge Knight is in jail for killing. kill somebody. You see. So that's one thing. You got to cycle up out the game. Another thing y'all got to understand, this is a new age out here, and the you got gossiping gangsters out here. Going back to the informant thing. Family, the informant game is different. You got a bunch of informants out here. You got gossiping gangsters. Dudes talk too damn much. You don't need to be out here in the streets with these gossiping gangsters. Dudes are talking way too much, and that's gonna get you hemmed up. You dig? Right now, there's a clout culture where people need social media validation. You got a lot of young gang members now, and street dudes or whoever, they value online attention more than they value street respect. Right now the clout is all about likes, views, and followers instead of real world credibility now. So now it's all about getting up here telling these podcasters and people with cameras how gangster you were or are. A lot of folks, I don't know if they really don't understand how these law enforcement tactics work right now. Listen, RICO charges are built over time. So law enforcement, they monitor these podcasts and they put information together from self-snitching. If you look at that paperwork from that RICO with the rolling 60s, well, not even the RICO, one of the prosecutors did a press conference and they said they watch these interviews. They said this. They said they watch and listen to these dudes doing interviews. So yeah, they just sit up and let you talk and piece stuff together and then send people up there to talk and then piece stuff together. And that's getting a lot of people caught up, you see? And the thing is, a lot of these podcasts and a lot of these interviews, they feel casual, they feel safe. So a lot of dudes get real comfortable on some of these podcasts. See, it's not like an interrogation. See, um, that's the thing that tricks and trips dudes up. Like a podcast, you feel like you're just talking. But when you start talking about street business on a microphone, prosecutors can and will use it as evidence. It's going to be used as evidence. You don't supposed to be talking about, let me tell you something on some real shit. You don't supposed to be talking about street business in private, let alone on a podcast. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, family? You don't never talk about street business. That's just not to be discussed. You dig? You just don't really talk about it. You don't say shit. You just don't, man. Y'all better understand, phones are tapped all around you. Phones can listen to what you're saying, dude. That's why you can give a voice command and your phone will turn on. You say, hey, Siri, turn this on or whatever. Your phone will beep and follow a command. That means your phone is always listening. If your phone is always listening, that means somebody else can be listening too. Do y'all understand that? If you can understand what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. If the Siri app can hear you at all times, that means the feds can hear you at all times. So sometimes y'all be sitting here, street dudes or whatever, just talking about certain shit around your iPhone, around your whatever phone you have, and your phone is just transmitting information to the powers that be. There's an old saying in the streets, all phones are tapped. You'll never talk about stuff on or around a telephone. You just don't. You see? And there's a desire to just one up other gangsters now. The other street dudes, they get into these ego things and they start going back and forth on these podcasts and just putting too much details in the bullshit. And these podcasts, they egg it on. They bring a whole bunch of y'all in there and have dudes casually sitting around talking about gangster shit. So if you got other street dudes or hood dudes sitting around, oh, it feels safe. Okay, I'm in here with good company. I can talk about what I need to talk about. No, there's a major shift in street culture right now. There's no code of silence no more. The older generations, man, there was a no talking policy. There was more verbal discipline. You just didn't run your mouth. You just didn't. So now it's all about attention now. Everything is about getting the damn attention right now. And here's the thing. Here's another thing. A lot of these platforms, they kind of reward the controversy and the shock value. See, the internet, if you get out here and talk crazy and talk all this gangster shit, you'll go viral and you get more views, and some of that you earn revenue. So some dudes now are doing this gangster shit on the internet because it pays. You can get YouTube money and TikTok money and Instagram money. You dig? That's the new hustle, talking about gangster and street war stories. It's dumb because all of this is going to be used against you. Yeah. And then everybody tries to one up each other. And then a lot of these cats, they have a false sense of protection from these platforms because they think, okay, this is just entertainment. Yeah. And they think, you know, I'm just saying stuff. So I'm just trying to get views. And the feds are like, oh, no, 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 this is evidence. Look at all the people that then got caught up by running their mouths on the internet. Keefy D, all these people. Yeah. And the thing is now with hip hop culture, a lot of these dudes, they kind of normalize rapping about real crimes, which is dumb. That's another thing too. You got dudes out here, and listen, when you rap, they're analyzing your lyrics too. They're transcribing your lyrics. All you dudes who rapping out here, they're analyzing your lyrics. They're seeing who you're beefing with. They're seeing some of the little code words, and y'all be telling on yourself in the rhymes. That's why in these court cases, they be like the Young Thug case, and that got tossed. But they were bringing in lyrics from records. There's that Fulio guy down there in Florida who got popped. He was rapping about folks that his people murked, and dudes be talking too much in these records, trying to keep it damn real. You see? And the internet, it's made street credibility public now. See, in the past, your street reputation was a word of mouth in the hood. Now, clout is digital. So a lot of people feel like they have to prove themselves to an online audience. So that leads to a lot of reckless talking. You see? So the game is different right now. And here's the real deal, man. Y'all better understand the informant. We have an informant culture right now. I want y'all to understand that. Just like with this whole thing with the 60s getting that indictment and all these people, a lot of them who are indicted are associated with certain podcasts. They go on certain podcasts and be saying all this reckless stuff. And y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, I was telling y'all about one of these podcasts who had a straight up alleged informant up there that we've been calling out for years. They had a goofy ass suspected informant sitting up in there just randomly. And people like, what the? Some of us who know about old dude, like, what the hell is he doing up there? What reason would they have him up there? I said, okay, this is about to go down. When I saw this clown ass alleged informant sitting up on that podcast, I said, it's going down. They're building a case. I said, y'all remember I said that shit a few weeks ago. Yeah, and the host is trying to look like he's trying to cover his track so that when the shit goes down, he's gonna be safe because yeah, he put an informant in there, allegedly. So he's gonna be safe. And damn it, that's what went down. Sure enough, that's exactly what the hell went down. You see? You better watch these informants, man. Because see, a lot of these informants are getting on these podcasts, and a lot of these informants are trying to do the whole shock jock thing. And a lot of these dudes are working with them people, and that whole shock jock gangster shit, that's a new tactic to get cats hemmed up. Because what they do, they get these informants to instigate online beefs. Why? Because see, the internet, that provides a real easy trap for self-snitching. They know that social media that made it made people talk reckless. So informants can bait people into making threats, admissions, or engaging in illegal activity online. Watch these folks who are always instigating beefs. Watch these people, just random beefs, people who instigate these beefs. I want y'all to really understand what I'm saying. And this is why certain people got to play past that. Because, see, RICO cases, that requires patterns. A RICO case it requires you to get into a pattern of criminal behavior, and digital footprints help build patterns. Like a single crime, that's not enough for a RICO charge. So you need a pattern. And online beefs, that helps documents interactions between individuals over time. You see, because if somebody's going back and forth online, sure enough, some other people are going to get involved. See, that's where the RICO thing comes in. They want other people to get involved. And see, informants now, back in the day, they used to be all secretive. No, there's a new tactic now. Informants, they're going to be more effective when they're public personalities. You see, when they're public personalities, they can create public drama, poke at targets, get people to react aggressively, all while staying in the forefront. They're right there in front of you. Look at Charleston White. Now, a few weeks ago, Charleston White was trying to bait me into a beef with him. I didn't take the bait. A few weeks ago, Charleston was throwing my name out there randomly, trying to instigate a beef with me. I played past that. I saw that shit a mile away. I'm not about to get into no back and forth, just a clumsy, random back and forth with an informant. Hell no. No, that's clearly obvious because it was all random. Tariq, yeah, no. Tariq, yeah, okay. All right. And then other ops trying to get me to respond. That's another thing. Watch the other ops who try to get you to respond to it. Nope. I ain't responding to none of that. I ain't about to get into that. No manufactured beef with a damn informant. And now we saw that video. Y'all saw that video of Charleston White when he was 16, sitting on the stand, snitching and testifying against his best friend, against his buddy. Y'all saw the video. We saw it. Casually sitting up there snitching on that man, looking in his eye, telling on him, testifying him against him. Yeah, that's a snitch. And there were some goofies online trying to low-key justify that. Well, Charleston White is helping to get killers off the street by snitching. We should be snitching. No. You don't engage in a crime with somebody and then turn around and try to act like you're taking the moral high ground. No. He wasn't an innocent bystander. Charleston got on the stand and said he handed this dude a gun. He was involved. He wasn't an innocent bystander. You don't get to play the damn moral high ground if you in the car handing guns to the shooter. No. It don't work like that. It's not a moral play. That's a rat play. You're just doing what you need to do to survive. You're throwing your folks under the bus in order for you to survive like a rat. No, if you was going to work and you saw somebody shoot somebody and then you told, okay, we can play the moral card with that. Yeah, that's a moral thing. Like, hey, I'm on my way to work and I saw them shoot somebody. So yeah, I want to testify. Okay. I don't even look at that as snitching. That's not snitching. You ain't in the streets, but if you in the car with somebody handing them the gun and then they go do something and then you get to tattletaling on everybody. No, no, that's some whole shit. You can't justify that. And there's some clowns talking about, well, if you were his age, you would have had did the same thing. No, I would not. No, 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 no. No, I wouldn't. Because I wouldn't be in no car with niggas about to do a dumbass who ride. I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be down for the dumb shit. You dig? I wouldn't have participated in some dumbass shit like that. You ain't got to do that dumb shit. You remember the movie Boys in the Hood? At the climax of the movie when Ice Cube's character Doughboy and they were about to go ride on the dude who killed Ricky. They were about to ride on them dudes, and Cuba was in the car and they were about to ride out. He was a square. And what did Cuba do? What did the character do? Pull over, let me out. He thought about it. He like, pull over, let me out. Let me out the car. They let him out the car. That's what you do if you want to take the moral high road and niggas want to hoo bang. Just pull over and let me out. So I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. You dig? That's how you can take a moral high ground. You don't sit up in no damn car handing a nigga a gun and then get to telling like a bitch. You don't do that. No, you don't get no moral high ground on that. No, no, no. Ain't no moral high ground at all. You're complicit in it. Your ass is complicit. You don't get no moral high ground. You were just as complicit. You just bitched out and ratted out. You see? You did some dumb shit knowing that you were gonna rat in the first place. You knew you were gonna rat niggas out. Yeah. If you want to take the moral high ground, talk niggas out of doing dumb shit. That's what you do. You don't do the dumb shit, then you talk the homies from out of doing it. That's what I would do. I would talk niggas out of doing dumb shit. Hey, they're like, hey, we gonna go rob this one. Nigga, no. There's cameras here. You can't do that, nigga. Don't do that. Sit your ass down and let's go get this money over here where there's less risk. When niggas ain't got to run up there with guns and all that. No, no, y'all sit the fuck down. Sometimes you got to be the nigga to say, everybody sit the fuck down and let's do something different. You see? But no, niggas ain't gonna get no, you don't get to play the moral high road. We're running out here snitching on niggas you doing crimes with. No. That's rat shit. It's nothing more, nothing less. You just ratty as hell. And the thing is, this rat shit gets elevated. And they put these rats out here in the forefront now. That's the new rat. The new rats are out here doing podcasts and interviews and running out here trying to instigate these damn beefs. Look at these dudes online who's always instigating beefs. That's all they do is instigate beefs. And it's weird. These are rat niggas, man. These are damn rats. And law enforcement, they sit here monitoring social media left and right. And online feuds can be used as evidence in court. Yeah? Arguments, threats, all that stuff, all of that's admissible in court. Yeah? And what they do, this is the thing. When they get these guys, these informants engaging in beefs and trying to instigate beefs, see what they expect is a street retaliation. See, that's the thing. So they'll get somebody to sit up here and you that nigga and your mama ain't shit and your kids and all of that. And then what law enforcement does, they have their informant talk all this crap about people, say all of these weird things. That nigga, he ain't gonna do shit. And then what they do, they'll monitor your damn phone and your social media and your communications lines. They're going to monitor you to see who you're making a phone call to. Because, see, that's what they expect. They want one of these informants to go out there and poke at you. They'll poke at the target and say all these crazy things and make all these crazy threats. And then they'll start monitoring the target's phones to see who you're texting, to see who you're trying to get at. They would do, if you look at that rolling 60s thing, that's exactly what they were doing. That's what they were doing. They were monitoring their phone calls and text messages, seeing who they were trying to get jumped on and whooped on. They were monitoring all of that stuff, you see, because they know some street retaliation is going to go down. They know some phone calls are going to be made. And when you make them phone calls and say, okay, when you see such and such, stomp that nigga out. That's the RICO right there. So now they got you involved in the crime, and now you've involved others in the crime. So there's two or more people. So now there is a criminal enterprise. You see, y'all better understand how this thing works. And then what they do, they also provoke people into responses so that if they can't even get criminal charges, what they'll do, they'll get their informants to start pushing defamation suits and things like that. They'll start getting their informants to do a whole bunch of defamation suits so they can get um, um, paperwork footprints. You see, it's a deep, crazy game out here, man. So listen, YouTube, Instagram, these big platforms, they cooperate with law enforcement. They work with the authorities. You see, and a lot of people, I guess, they're less suspicious of a lot of these entertaining informants and instigators. Usually, because an informant disguised as a podcast or a social media troll, they don't really seem like a cop. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so damn stupid acting and they're so damn reckless. So people engage with them freely, not understanding that you're walking into a trap many times dealing with these people. You see, you better understand that they get informants to do a whole bunch of weird shit. They've always done that. Remember some of those uprising and riots that were happening about a decade or so ago? We would go to these uprisings and these protests or whatever. The people running around with Molotov cocktails were cops. People were catching undercover cops red-handed out here setting buildings on fire. It was cops doing that. Cops running around busting windows out. These were cops doing this. There were cops dropping bricks off in front of the Target store. Remember? People would show up and there's a pile of bricks sitting in front of the store. Like, where? Who brought a pile of bricks here? You see? They instigate this stuff. Or you show up and there's an old police car sitting in the front of the protest, knowing that people are going to vandalize it. Well, understand the trap. That happened out here. That's the trap right there. They know that a protest is going to be at such and such place. They say they get on social media and say protest is going to be at 5555 Melrose Avenue. Then everybody shows up to 5555 Melrose Avenue, and there's an old cop car. The cop car is about 10, 15 years old. And then everybody starts vandalizing the old cop car. And then they get them on camera and then start hemming people up for vandalizing the cop car. You see, just when I would see that, I would see these old cop cars. I'm like, hey, that's a trap, because cop cars that's a cop car from like 1999. They don't make them cars no more. Why is this old cop car sitting here? You see, that's a trap. We better understand how the game works, man. Let me get some of the family in here. Let's get our brother Twizzle in the building, and then we'll get Goka's tail. Brother Twizzle, what's that, brother?
Hey, what's up with the player, man? You understand me?
I'm good.
You,
What's going on in the town, man?
man, bro, I just want to say this, man. You know, as they say, as California goes to nations, bro. We've been having some like rain that came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden everybody's getting sick. I'm under the weather right now, and I put on Facebook, and damn near 200 people told me they are under the weather, man. You know what I'm saying? So be careful down there, T. Sleep
Yeah,
with your windows closed, or don't shake nobody hands, bro, because it's going around. And I want to speak on Charleston Chew. Come
yeah.
on, T. You know we from the streets. This dude took the stand. He took the stand and pointed people out. That's the
Oh, yeah.
worst thing you can do, and
Mm,
you can never do with that. And you was talking about the RICO. up here in the Bay, they give us conspiracies. Conspiracies is a step before the RICO. If they can't get you with the RICO, they would hit you with a conspiracy. If, like you say, two or more, like back in the days, we couldn't ride three deep because if one person got caught with something, we would have got a conspiracy to, manufacture or move this and that. And
Right.
that's what they would do. So if they can't get you on a RICO, they're going to get you on a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that you were saying, I'm gonna land my plane on this. All these so-called podcasters that's popping up talking about stuff, you made me think about it. You 100% correct. A lot of these may be undercovers, bro. A lot of
Yeah.
these may be a lot of these may be informants. Not only that, they may be the feds creating these podcasts, just getting people to talk, a la Vlad TV and a lot of these, well, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
No Jumper podcaster. So we need to think about that and pay attention to that. And some of these people that go on them podcasts, bro, you losing your credibility on that. So I land my plane on there. Shout out to you, T.
Man, much respect to you. Yes, indeed. Man. Okay. Let's get we got Bushmeat Barrister. Okay. Okay. What does Bushmeat Barrister want? I get you in a minute. Let me try Red Cloud. Then I get you in a minute, Bushmeat Barrister. Red Cloud, what's happening? Mr. Red Cloud, what's going on with you?
Hey Tariq, how's it going, man?
I'm good, Red. Oh, oh, I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, sorry about that. No, I think everything you said is so it's obviously accurate. And the up thing is on the other side, your lawyer's gonna rob you too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get hit all the way around, man. It's gonna be a hot deal for a lot of these guys out here trying to do street business and getting on these podcasts and dealing with these informants. It's a crazy game out here, man. Lion Legal, hop on. Lion Legal. Go ahead and unmute your mic if you can, Lion Legal. And if you cannot unmute your mic, we're gonna get some more people in here. Let's get Miss Cheryl in here. Cheryl, Miss Cheryl, hop on in, dear.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you,
How
Cheryl?
you doing, honey? I watched one with Charleston White. You know what he said?
Mm,
I show up at that parole board every time. That nigga don't deserve to be on no street. He killed that man.
mm. Yeah, but he passed the gun to him. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
but he was just on recently saying, yeah, he don't need to be on no street. He ain't redeem himself. And I'm like, this dude is nuts.
Yeah, yeah. The rat game it's a cold piece out here. The rat game is different. Yeah, you in the car with the dude. You admit it. You passed him the gun. You can't play the moral high ground.
You've heard the buzz, you've seen the media stories. Now experience the truth for yourself. Microphone Check, the critically acclaimed documentary uncovering the true origins of hip-hop. Available now on Blu-ray and streaming on Amazon Prime. Visit microphonecheck.com to learn more and get your copy today. Microphone Check, the story hip-hop was waiting for.